You can see it from the back.
Hey everybody, it's Lee, and this is Let Us Say It For You.
And it's Big Mike in his house.
Hey girl. All right, before we got on here, we were discussing how loud men are for no fucking reason. Continue.
So, and we were talking about when it comes to sleep and like respecting and being considerate.
Yeah, I got my sleep.
With you. So I was saying that I was telling Willie that no matter what he does, he a fucking noisemaker. Like, no matter what, like he is a noisemaker. Rolling out of bed, rustling the sheets. Shh, shh, shh. You can't control it. It's the sheets. All right, cool. You get up, and then you pick up your water bottle. They got all the ice. Ting, 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 ting. So I'm like, what in the fuck is going on? So literally the whole time, I be looking like, okay, just go back to sleep. And then the door opens. I'm like, this shit is ridiculous. And I said this, and Paige told me the same thing. She was like, when I get up, I get out of the bed, I put back the covers the way they were. I go to the bathroom to cut on the light, so I don't cut on the light where we are. I make sure that I get my stuff and I'm not yanking and wrestling or whatever. And then Leah, you was telling me about what happened when you was out of town.
Yeah, and then I was out of town with someone, and I was very intoxicated from the day before and the day of. We were on a birthday trip, but this nigga came in the room, and he just come in. He was singing first of all, so I was like, all right, I'm not asleep, nigga. And then he was like going in his suitcase, and he was rustling this, and all I was thinking was, no pussy for me. That's all I was thinking. I was so mad. This is not the way to get pussy for me. I feel like that's what he was trying to do. I feel like he was making all this noise to wake me up, to see if he could get some action. No. All right, hold on, y'all. I'm on live on my phone, right? A gentleman, I'm assuming it's a gentleman. Their name is us. I don't know what this is. It says, hello, you pleased me very much because you are a beautiful woman and you have got a wonderful body. I want to be with you forever. You and me will be together. I wrote you a message, but I got no reply. And then they wrote again, sincerely, we shall be together. Why not a close friends for possible union? I want to be next to you forever. Because
is this on a podcast? Why is he live right now?
He's just writing this on my live, yeah. I thank you so much. God will bless our dreams and wishes. I speak French and English. Well, you know what, sir? Why not? Let's be together. Come on, let's do it.
Not the time for that.
All right, that was beautiful. People don't like that.
Considerate.
Thank you, sir.
Considerate niggas sleeping. You have anything to say about that?
Yeah, look what this young man just wrote me. All right. Hey, be you up too high up. I don't know what that means, sir. All right, anyway. But yeah, he was trying to wake me up. I know he was trying to get some ill nana for me. And it was like, boy, this ain't the way to get it. Okay, you better ask my baby daddy. I remember Manny used to piss me off with that the most. Because like I don't know, I used to be so mad. I don't know how we get on this, but now I gotta say it. I'm just like, I don't like being woken up for sex. But I realized it was just then because, you know, the other person that I'd be giving ass to,
no matter.
They call me anytime. I'd be like, come on, 3 o'clock, I'd be asleep. But when he called, I'd be like,
Do you think that's a difference between being next to somebody, getting woken up, and having to go drive with somebody?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Because with me, the one that calls me, he came here. So I didn't really have to do anything but just
get up.
Just get up. But I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know.
I think it could be different. The anticipation, you can get ready. You can kind of like wake yourself up. It don't have to be immediate. You have time.
Yeah, I got time to like roll over.
You have time. Yeah. Period. You don't have no time when a nigga dick in your back. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, dick in the back. That might be the name of this episode. Dick in your back. That's a good one.
That's funny.
That is funny. But yeah, I think that makes it too. Yeah, that's a good point. Thank you a lot, Beth, because I wasn't sure why. I assumed it was because, you know, closer to the end of my relationship with baby daddy, we just really didn't like each other. Like, we fought with each other. So that's why. I was just irritated and didn't feel like fucking him because I didn't like him at the time. Whereas this nigga, whether I like or not, I like fucking him. So I was like, okay, I'll be ready for that. Yeah. That's what I thought. But I think what you said was a good point. All right. So anyway, how have you been? New hairstyles for us. Look at us. Yeah.
Yeah, the fuck. It's time to just not
That's her delivery hairstyle.
Not to play with the hair, you know. I'm just like, fuck it. When this gets old, it'll still look
It's
great.
gonna look great.
So I was just like, let's do it now. Because honestly, we don't know when this nigga's coming, right?
Tomorrow.
So I feel like on Saturday marks the day that he can breathe on his own. He can come through whenever, and I'll be okay.
Come through.
And even if he came before that, kids have survived, right? So
yeah, he's well past the preemie.
Well past, right?
He's well past that. That's a big.
So I was thinking if I do it early, then I won't even have to think about what the hairstyle gonna be. I just get it out the way and then pick one that when they get old, whatever. So then, you know, I was just like, I'm about to be somebody's mama, bro. Like, this is insane. This is insane. It is insane. And I think I'm anticipating what a contraction is gonna feel like more than anything. I just want to feel the first one.
Yeah.
That's what I just want to feel the first one. Because I think that's what the anxiety is about. Side note, last night, now my stomach
is shit out of you again.
Huh?
I think you kicked the shit out of you again.
No, but but last night, my stomach got hard as fuck. Like, it's gotten hard before, but it got hard as fuck.
It's giving contractions, sis.
Yes, and he was not moving. And it freaked me out. And I was uncomfortable as hell, but I was not in pain. So I sat up. I'm like, okay, my stomach's been tight before, but it hasn't been this tight. And I kept doing this to make him move, and he wasn't moving. So I'm freaking out. I'm just like thinking the worst. And then I was just sitting there. I was just like, okay, breathe. And so I kind of felt my body tense a little bit. I was like, no, like a noodle, like a noodle. So I was like thinking like a noodle, right? So I got relaxed or whatever, and I was still like that. So I stood up, and then I bent over, and then I was on all fours, and it kind of like made it better. And then I was just like, bro, what the F is going on? So
I Braxton Hicks. Yeah.
Braxton Hicks without the pain. So I was like, all right, cool. But I was thinking in my head, but I felt like I was being dramatic, so I didn't say it out loud. What I was thinking in my head is, go get the Doppler. I want to hear his heartbeat. That's what I was thinking. But I didn't say it. I was like, Micah, you're going to stress everything. So Willie was like, you want to hear his heartbeat? I said, yes.
Thanks, Dad.
Yes, go get it. So he got it, and then his heartbeat was like 152. I was like, Jesus Christ. All right, whoo. And then it went down to 120. I was like, I'm sorry, son. Did I wake you up?
Yeah, he was like, oh my gosh.
And then it was like 150, 140, 130, 121. I was like, damn, you asleep, huh? I'm sorry. And shit. Because he probably was like, what?
The fuck out of him.
I probably
scared. You don't have no space in there, you stupid girl.
Yeah, so that was
baby.
That was creepy. I'm not gonna lie, that was creepy, but I breathed it out and I did
good job.
Position, so
good job, big girl.
This shit crazy. But yes, girl, how you been doing, girl?
Somebody said, I think you fine, but unique way of thinking, aka you is a bully.
That's cute.
I don't even know what to say to
Did you talk about anything yet?
No, did I say why am I?
What did we say today? This is shit that we don't like about people, that all of a sudden you say some shit about me that you probably been wanting to say.
Yeah, because I don't know this gentleman. His name is DJ Spleen Major Movements, right? And he said, I think you fine, but unique way of thinking, aka you is a bully.
So people who think uniquely are bullies?
I don't know. I mean, I understand he could be going based off all the.
We're not gonna assume. No,
but that's what I'm saying. That's as much as he knows about me. We don't know.
Tell him to explain himself.
Elaborate, please, Mr. DJ Spleen.
Because what I'm hearing is unique way of thinkers are bullies. I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm concerned as well. I don't know.
I don't get it. We'll wait on his response.
Yeah, we'll wait on it. Me, I have been doing my hair for the past. It's done, but I have to do like touch-ups to it. Like certain parts I need to reinforce because this hairstyle is very slip and slidey. If you don't kind of secure certain parts, it's just like the fuck off. So I have to do some touch-ups. But I ended up getting a cold last night. And I was like, oh, my liberty, is this the Delta? But it is not. I'm just regularly. So
Is this the Delta?
yeah, I don't feel well. I did take my Dayquil today, and I do feel better on the Dayquil. So shout out to them or whatever. And I just been chilling, watching the Olympics every other fucking day. Shout out to
Right.
big up yourself. Bah, 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 bah.
Oh yeah.
August 1st is Jamaican Emancipation, and the 6th is our independence or something like that. So those are two very big days. August is a big Jamaican month. So these women winning this the day before, I believe, or 2 days before, is such a great emancipation, gift.
Yay.
So it's very nice. They won gold, silver, and bronze. It was a motherfucking sweep. So shout out to them. So I don't know if you watched it or not, but all the people, they realize, like, apparently it seems as though it's Elaine, Shelly Ann, and Sharika, or I believe her name is. And I'm not as familiar with her, but shout out to sis, she won, whatever. So, but it was with the first two, Elaine and Shelly Ann seem to have some type of tiff.
They honestly look like they all have beef. I don't
okay.
But when we watched it, Mia was like, we was crunk and they weren't. And I'm like, so they're not finna go over there and hug her? You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't an immediate, like, congratulatory thing. Like, it took them some time.
Yeah, and then they did like this little shoulder pat shit. It was weird.
And I'm like,
it was weird.
And it is a competition, so let's just be real. If you want gold, you want gold.
Right.
It is the fucking Olympics. But I'm like,
and from what my mom was telling me, who's entirely more invested in track and field than I am, but she is Jamaican to the fucking T. Okay. My mom's thing is Shelly Ann is the best if Elaine not running. My mom has always said that. Elaine is very good. And Elaine got injured a couple times, so sis was out of the game for a while.
Right.
The title that Elaine won is she's the one that held the title this whole time. So all she did was beat her own title. She did an Olympic best and a personal best or something like that. So it's like, oh, shout out to Elaine. And my thing is, I get it. If you want to be the best, I get, like you said, it's competition, so fine. But we were hoping that they could have they did what they could do.
The Jamaican pride
it's gonna be hard for me to pretend like I do, as you know. So I'm like, I get it. I wish it wasn't like that. The guys always seem to have more camaraderie, but that's like the case.
And then they're way more competitive than us.
Right. So what the fuck be our problems? Like,
I don't know. I guess it's stereotypes.
Oh, here, Micah. The guy replied. He said, I was out on. Okay, sir, unfortunately.
He was in and out of a.
So be prepared for this, okay? I was out on your live. You put up, and the way you talk about what you want is sometimes be too much at times. He's from another island. He said he's from the Bahamas, and that's just a thing. So there's a language barrier there. But he says, basically saying the way I talk about what I want is too much sometimes.
So that's a bully? Explain the bully, bro.
Well, sir, personally, you can. It'll be nice. It'll be good conversation for the podcast. But I'm gonna really tell you how I feel real quick.
If we entertain him, he need to.
I said what I said. So it's like, if you think what I want is too much sometime, then you're not the nigga for.
Oh, what that got to do with being a bully?
Right, and I don't know why I'm a bully, but maybe there seems to be a language barrier here. So
what does that mean? You're aggressive? What does that mean? I'm not going to sit here. You better come up with some different words.
Yeah. What does KML mean? Kiss? No.
KML. Kiss my lane.
Kiss my lip. Kiss my lamb. All right, sir. I'm sorry you feel like I'm a bully. I hope you have a wonderful day. I don't know what else to give you, okay? Anyway, so yeah, I was hoping Shelly and Elaine had like a whatever, and it's noticeable that there's clearly some type of tiff there. But they made us very proud nonetheless. All Jamaicans from near and far were hollering and screaming. I definitely was. And track and field is always such an interesting thing. I know when Usain first went to the Olympics, I was pregnant at the time. And so my big ass I was about just as pregnant as you were, because we are very similar in due dates and everything else. So it was around this time, 9 years ago, whatever. I was pregnant as fuck, and we were in the living room just hollering and screaming. And I remember I kept saying, I'm about to break my water. I'm screaming so loud, and I didn't, but whatever. So it's such a sense of pride for people, and it's always very good to see that. Usain put up something, and he was like, I love celebrating our girls. Like, Usain Bolt put up something really nice, and I was like, oh, heart feels so very proud of the girls. In the 200, I think Sharika didn't run the 200, and Elaine won again. So shout out to Elaine, and Shelly came fourth. So then it's like, okay, now we're starting to see like, like
the other, yeah,
Elaine is better. It's just,
but and then you can the way that she ran when she won against Shelly Ann, right?
Yeah. Elaine, you're talking about the way the winner ran?
Yeah, the way that she ran, it was, and it's effortless when Shelly runs too, but it was almost like
Elaine, yeah.
It was almost like Elaine was even trying. Like she literally just, like it was kind of how Sheila used to run in high school.
Yeah.
That's the vibe that I got. And it's like, when it's just like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, and she's been injured, she's been out, like, it is what it is, but you just got to give props. That was a beautiful race. It was a beautiful race. And it was like,
Sunit said, Micah legit wants an explanation for the bullying comment. Hey.
I do. When a bitch says something
because this shit don't make no sense. Like, how I'm a bully talk about what I want? Like, what else? But
that don't make sense. That's not the even, I just want people to stop talking. You know what? I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna relax. Because
I'm gonna relax. This is how Micah do. I'm gonna.
I only say that because I feel like it's miscommunication is the reason why it's misinterpretation. How about that? Misinterpretation literally drives people to create assumptions or justifications or excuses for things. That's why I was telling you to stop. Maybe fuck that. We don't know what he thinks. So it's like, I need you to clear up what you were thinking about the fucking host of Let Us Say It For You. Thank you for this statement. Thank you for your opinion. Now I need you to back it up so we can basically trump this shit or try to find some validity. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, for me, Mr. Sir, I feel like Mr. Nigga. For me, it's just, I think everybody has an opinion and I get that, but it's the audacity of you and everyone who does stuff like this.
Yeah.
Somebody, you fine, but I think what you're doing is too much. It's like, I don't know you. We've never met, and
no one asked you.
No one asked you. Like, you saw some guy come on here telling me how much he loved me and how much we're supposed to be together. I said thank you, and then he was like, he's laying it on too thick, and he's like, you fine, but I think what you're doing is too much in time. Nobody asked you.
Nobody asked you, and let this man love you.
You can watch the live, or you can just get off. So that's what it always is for me. It's almost like you set yourself up to get like cussed the fuck out. Right. And I'm not going to cuss you out because I don't know, give a fuck. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, let that man tell me I'm beautiful and how much he want to love me. Thank you, sir. And if you don't like me or I'm fine, but I do too much, then just go, just leave. You know, I don't know. It's always the audacity.
Unsolicited opinions.
Unsolicited opinions, unsolicited advice. Unsolicited is my favorite word, because if you do some unsolicited shit to me, you get what you get. Okay, so that's what it is for me. But I don't know if we're gonna get it to me. So whatever. But so with the Olympics, I want to talk about this. I don't know who made this statement, and I just remember being so fucking irritated. But it's some white man, I think. I'm just gonna assume, that made a comment that Gabby Douglas is a national disgrace or a national embarrassment. I think he said disgrace, a national disgrace, because I don't know if you saw that she's dropped out of a lot of the balance beam thing she was in. She just went back into one and won bronze, but she is dropping out for mental reasons. She was like, for mental health reasons.
Not Gabby. You talking about Simone Biles, right?
Thank you, Simone.
Yeah, I'm like, Gabby been out.
I definitely wrote Gabby Douglas. Simone Biles, yes.
Simone, yeah.
He called Simone like a national disgrace. And I just feel like the audacity of somebody to say, again, the audacity for somebody to say something like that. You don't know what the fuck this girl is going through. And there's so many levels of shit that she could be going through. So you know who came out in her defense, which was really sweet? Michael Phelps.
Yeah.
Michael Phelps came out and he was just like, he absolutely understands. He was like, people don't really understand the amount of pressure that's on you as a fucking Olympian. You know what I mean? Everybody, a whole country is dependent on you to get the gold. You know what I mean? Like, people got so many opinions to say. I can't even do a split. People who can't do shit.
Got
Can't
so much
swim.
to
So between Gabby, Gabby too, but between Simone and Phelps, I can't do none of the shit either one of them can do. And it's somebody like me now that has all this judgmental shit to say about them in regards to what the fuck they're going through and how stressful this process may be.
Right.
And with Simone, it's just little things that I was thinking about. I was listening to It's Lovely Tea on YouTube. It's one of my favorite YouTube people. And so she was making a point where Simone's brother was just on trial. He just got off for apparently killing 3 people or some shit like that. They were saying that he did it and he got off because he said he didn't do it. And I don't really know the evidence or anything like that. But her name has been mixed up in that shit so much just because she's his brother. So the parents of the people that died are just like, oh, well, he only got off because he's Simone's brother. And it's like, damn, you know. That's fucked up. And then no one's remembering that this girl was molested for years by that fucking doctor.
Yep.
The gymnastic doctor, that white man that was molesting everybody. He molested her. He molested Gabby. He molested every fucking body on the U.S. gymnastic team. He was doing that for years. Everybody, most of the girls were under the age of 16 and some were under the age of 12. So he was literally fingering these little fucking girls. This is what this man was doing. And they had to deal with that shit for years because they were so young. It's like they didn't even realize that it was wrong. It's until somebody came out and said something that he's finally blocked it. They gave him like 100 and a bazillion years. Like I hope they're doing vicious shit to him in prison. But there's shit like that you have to deal with. And then the point that somebody else made, I don't know if it was Michael Phelps that made this or this point or somebody else, but they said the type of flips and turns and shit that gymnasts do is very equivalent to what divers do on the diving board when they jump off and do all that flip, but like they're landing in water. They're not landing in water. Like Gabby, Simone, they're not landing in water. They're landing on a fucking beam. And if they land the wrong way, their fucking neck is snapped and they're done. So if you're not mentally there, if you're not, in connection with your,
you can hurt yourself. You can die.
You can die.
Yeah.
And my thing is, I think I'm proud of her for deciding that, my nigga, you know what, I can't do it right now.
Yeah.
In the right mental space to do this. Who knows what the fuck she got going on? But calling her a national disgrace, I just feel like, where does it stop with you motherfuckers? Like, like where does it end?
Yeah. And so I think when they start putting competition and money, honestly, competition, capitalism, when they start putting that over human beings and their life, this just goes back to what America really stands for. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like Simone only went back to the Olympics to prove to the other girls that look up to her, yes, this happened to me, but I am going to do this because I'm going to prove, and I'm going to be here to be a voice for everybody coming behind me. I'm going to advocate for little girls who don't want to stand up, because she didn't initially stand up and say I was being molested.
Yeah.
She was quiet for a while. And her mom noticed that's fucking weird. She was like, since this happened, you haven't really been the same. What's going on? So then she felt like it couldn't have been like same situation we was talking about. You start thinking about, was I really molested?
Yeah.
Like I was?
Yeah.
God damn it, I was.
That's hard. That's a hard realization to kind of.
It is.
Like, damn, I was molested. Like somebody.
Yeah.
That's hard to realize, especially when you thought you weren't. So,
right.
And they're not putting any of this into consideration. They just.
But that's not even it. So the thing is, that's not even it. On top of everything else, I'm only coming. She was gonna quit. I'm not going to the Olympics. I'm not fucking going. But she said, I have to prove to everyone else, I have to prove to myself that this did not break me. So what she decided to do was go back to the Olympics and do what she needed to do. But you can clearly tell, I've been watching Simone in this fucking gymnastics since it started day one, and she has been off the whole time.
Yeah.
Her landings have been trashed the whole time. Every single event, I have never seen her mess up that many times. And that many different, like the beam, the floor, the bars, like everything she messed up. I was like, what's going on with Simone? I instantly thought, what is going on with her?
See, that's crazy.
Off. So all of her landings were not stuck. She almost flew off the bar. She fell off the stage. Like Simone was on some other shit. I said, well, God, I said, get my dog some water. Get her. She got to get out of here. She got to regroup, right? Yeah. So when I noticed that the first day of her gym, I was like, something is going on with her. And I said, too much pressure on herself. For one, she was already like that to begin with. So now she got a whole platform she's trying to think of and trying to stand up for. So she fighting for all these different things while she's trying to deal with her personal stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like that movie Stick It. It came out, I think I was in high school. When we was in high school, maybe 14.
I heard of it, but I don't know what it is.
But Stick It is a gymnastics movie. And it was basically talking about how all these judges have so much to say about the way we do our thing. They get to judge us and they don't even know how to do a front flip. They get to judge us and they don't even know how to balance on a beam.
I can't do none of that shit.
But they say all type of things about us. When they're making commentary, it's crass. Sometimes it's hurtful. And it's like, I put in the work and I have to have someone who's not an expert judge me on what I'm doing, right? So the whole movie was like, you know, kind of standing up for gymnasts everywhere, for people who always have so much to say about something that they can't even do. It just goes back to the whole criticism of, it's a criticism of the sport. It's so much easier to say what's wrong and what needs to change and what blah, 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 when you have nothing to do with it, when you have no dog in the race, right? So it's like, these people don't care about mental health. If they did, half the people
about it,
that were on drugs in America would not be in jail. They will be in fucking facilities trying to figure out why they're on drugs.
Yes.
Alcoholism. People, and sorry to say, but not really, people who rape, people who are pedophiles, people who are victims of all of that, they need help. Something happens to them. They, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying they don't need to go to jail. They definitely do, but psychiatric help needs to be in place as well. So this just goes, they don't care about mental health. Fuck your mental health. We need you to balance on that fucking beam and flip on these bars. Nigga,
yeah, and entertain us. Entertain us.
Like, that shit blows my mind.
She came in and she did it again and she won the bronze. And I'm very happy for her. And I think I hope she finds a way to weed through all that and see the support that she is getting. And truth be told, whoever this guy was that said she was a national disgrace, it was entirely too many, especially Black women, I think, ready to pounce on his ass about it, because it's just like, there's so much expected of us, you know, and we can and we don't do none of that shit, but there's so much expected of Black women anyway. So I think, I hope Gabby gets her break, because Osaka, this is tennis, you know, tennis is important to us, and she also did the same thing. Osaka dropped out of the fucking US Open or one of the opens. She was like, I'm dealing with this shit. Yeah. Mentally, I can't do, and it was for the same reasons. And I said, okay, so you'd rather these girls stay in this shit and kill them fucking selves or something like that, instead of letting them take the break they need, or
end up going on steroids.
Right, because drugs is next, bitch.
Because guess what?
It's drugs after that.
Here's the pressure. Marion Jones had all that pressure. And guess what happened? Marion Jones started taking steroids. So my thing is, you start pushing people to be something that they can't possibly be on their own. And then so they look for different vices.
To be that,
Exactly. So no. And Simone, first of all, no one should be saying anything about this bitch, because she has 4 moves named after her that nobody in the world can do. Like, what? Simone, you are untouchable. I don't even know why you went back, sis. But I know why you went back. I get it.
And honestly, either way, we're on the greatest. Yeah. Period. Well, you go, if you said fuck this shit, I'll catch y'all in 4 years, then fuck that shit. I'll catch you in 4 years. Like, it's fine with us.
You're the greatest, sis.
Shout out to you for going and still winning something, sis. Fuck whoever said that, because they ain't shit. All right, you ready, Micah? This guy came back. He got more. He said, I heard what you say and you proved me right. You're just interested, and I was trying to see if my comments could have persuade you to have a conversation with me, because like the man said earlier, PM don't work. I don't know what that means. Did you get it? I read it exactly the way it was written. Something about you trying to persuade me. Okay, then he said, now because I was disrespectful on your live, I want to apologize and try to see if I can make up for it. Well, this is a grammatically understandable thing that you've written, and you put a question mark. Sir, I don't want to, leave me alone. Micah.
Well, we started it, so let's just finish it. Okay, so.
What is he saying? I don't get what you're.
So, language barrier or not, he was like, you did exactly what he thought you would do? What?
He persuaded, yeah, I proved, I mean, I read that part. He said I proved him right. I heard what you say. I heard what you say, and you proved me right. You're just interested. And I was trying to see if my comments could have persuade you to have a conversation with me because, like the man said earlier, PM.
So he just wanted to talk to you, and he was
Yeah,
hoping you would read this comment and talk to him.
that's what it sounds like. That's
So
not,
that means you didn't mean what you said. You just said some shit to get my attention.
that was dumb.
And you said the wrong thing to get my attention.
Yeah, like
I have the facts to back it up because it's probably your first or second time on my live. You just watch all my fucking videos and look at me. Yes, sir.
all right.
How about next time you just slide in the DM and wait for a response?
He just wrote your private DM. Don't reply to.
And it ain't for you.
I don't be going in there often, so
It ain't for you. It ain't for you.
yeah. But what you just did, this is definitely not the approach. This is wrong. We did a
It's
terrible.
not how you attract women.
This is not how you do it. Like I know it seems really like schoolyardish, where it's like boys who like girls, they like push them or they say mean things to them because they have a crush. But I'm pretty sure you're an adult, so this is not the way to get, especially not a bitch like me. This isn't the way. You know, the way isn't to offend me and then. So what should I do to talk to you then? I honestly, at this point,
Over. Sorry,
it's a
sir.
dub. At this point,
First impressions are everything. You
first
fucked up.
impressions are everything. So to come and say you fine, but you're doing too much.
Over now.
All right. So next,
Yeah, that man, 20 minutes.
yeah, it was.
I can't believe him.
All right, let's talk about the baby. Let's go back to him.
Ah.
So
You don't give a fuck.
the baby has. So we talked about him last episode before this thing blew up like this. He was just on the last episode. I brought it up, and the whole point was, the baby didn't offend the gays, and so everybody's mad at him. Since last week, he has literally been kicked off of like 5 or 6 tours coming up. Everybody kicking him off their tours, and he was doubling down on everything that he was saying. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't saying this, I was saying this. So I remember I got into a debate with Terry about this 2 days ago or yesterday. I think probably yesterday. And Terry's thing is like, I think DJ Academics said something just along the lines of, we talk about killing each other and shit all the time, and
they make a fuss what they want to make a fuss over.
Yeah, they make a fuss over what they want to make a fuss over. Yeah, something like that. And touche, sure, why not?
Right.
But Terry's thing to me was, he was like, so you support them banning him? And my thing is, I don't support it and I don't not support it. I think the same thing I said last week. I hate people that feel the need to, I'm going to be real, I'm going to be a dick about it. Like, he went on a rant about AIDS and HIV and sucking dick in parking lots.
He got really mean.
It was very rude. And my thing is, I'm sure there are gay people that listen to his music. I'm sure there are people with HIV and AIDS who listen to his music. And so why offend a whole group of people just to be ignorant? So my thing with Terry was like, we have to stop defending ignorant shit just because we Black and it's a thing. He was wrong. He was rude as fuck for what he said, and him getting dropped from all these things. I think if he came back real quick and apologized, if he came back with a sincere apology or whatever the fuck, or just shut the fuck up. There's so many ways that this probably could have gone better for him, but I think it's his own obnoxious ass habits that are making him lose these things. And so he came out with an apology, which we all agree we don't think he wrote, because that shit was stupid too. He was like, I needed to be informed and I needed to be
about how HIV is spread and all that.
Yeah, and my thing is, so you trying to tell me you this fucking grown and you don't know how HIV and AIDS is spread? He's like,
some people don't know. Some people still think you get it by spit and all that stupid shit.
Then in general, that's ignorance. And ignorance is the ability to learn and choosing not to. So he could have looked that up, because he said there are people that know people that chastise him or whatever that could have taught him, and instead of teaching him, they chose to chastise him. You're a grown ass fucking man. You fuck a lot. You got mad kids all over the place. You don't know how AIDS, HIV is spread. And then instead of sitting there and being like, I didn't have to go in. When he first came out and tried to come up with this, when he first came in and tried to clear this up, he just said, oh, I didn't say nothing. I just said, hold your phone up. No, what you said is the niggas ain't out here sucking dick in the parking lot. That's what the fuck you said. Because if I was sucking dick in the parking lot, I guess it wouldn't be such a bad thing because I'm a girl. So it's okay for you to do it. You said if you ain't out here sucking dick in the parking lot, put your fucking cell phone lights up. It is so hypocritical of us as Black people to be sitting here going down this whole fucking rampage of the baby this, the baby that, when the baby don't give a fuck. I sent a video in our group chat of the baby playing a Future song. And Future is ain't shit ass nigga number one.
Give a fuck.
He the captain of not giving a fuck.
Yes, he is.
And fucking everybody. So there's a song with Future, and Future was just going on about fuck you niggas or whatever it was, and I'm mad I even met you niggas. And the baby just sitting there eating some peaches or some
fruit or whatever.
I hated it. And just showing how much he doesn't care. And the baby is seemingly unbothered. You're not unbothered. You done got kicked off for 7 fucking tours. You're bothered. And I think he's just so obnoxious, and it's so aggravating to me because it's like, you don't have to be a dick about it. You offended so many people. Like there's people that have AIDS and HIV that didn't get this from, because he's just assuming that only gay people do this, right? It's just a gay thing. It's not the case. So many women have AIDS and HIV because of their fucking husband, from doing whatever they're doing. Some people were born with this shit. Like there's so many ways. So why offend a whole group of people just because you want to be ignorant? It's like, I think his mouth got him in this problem. And I think whatever the fuck he gets from that, he gets, because what I always say, shout out to Charlamagne, you can say whatever you want to say to somebody, but you can't then tell them how to respond to it. Now and then I think it was Van Lathan. Is that Van? The Black guy Van that used to be on TMZ and he's not anymore. Van made a whole thing. His whole point was, yeah, I get what you guys are saying about how these things pick and choose what they want. But the point is, we listen to this Black music. We support this Black music.
We support it.
Because the truth of the matter is we understand it. We understand where it's coming from, and we don't take it in that type of way. But when you have a group of people like the LGBTQ community who don't let you talk to them any type of way, then this is the result of that. If we want it to be that way for us, then we need to do that. But we let that shit happen. They're not fucking with that. So when they come out and they act the fuck up, these people, these festivals that are dropping him, is because they don't want to get boycotted, they don't want to get banned, they don't want no problems. And Black people sat there, anytime someone calls us a nigger or kills one of our people, we show the fuck out. This is what we seem to stand for. But the music about us cussing and shooting each other and all that, we sing that shit at the top of our fucking lungs. I do. So that's the point. I get what academics is saying, but nigga, we do that already. We are fine with this. So being mad at these groups or these festivals, I'm sorry, for not banning the Black music and the way Black music is, that's all irrelevant, because that
has nothing to do with what.
Yes, that has nothing to do with the point. The LGBTQ community does not like the way he spoke about them, and they apparently have friends in high places, or not even that. They just make a fucking ruckus, and it is. And my thing is, regardless of what it is, I think the way he said what he said was rude as fuck. It was rude. It was hurtful. It was just aggressive. Like as Micah said in the last episode, he was just so harsh.
It was me. That was me. So my thing is, the baby, with the Black community in general, we do not fuck with gay shit, quote unquote. Like as a whole, I think that has a lot to do with the religious aspect of the Black community, but homophobia has been a real thing in the Black community for the longest. And it doesn't matter where it stemmed from. It doesn't matter why it's so crucial to us. It does not matter. But what matters is that it's a real thing. The way that he was speaking about the gay community and niggas sucking dick in the car and all that shit, I felt like something personal happened to him. That's just the way that I feel. And he snapped about it and he didn't stop. What happens when
he didn't stop?
What happens when something personally affects you and then you have a chance to rant about it? You say some crazy shit, right? So he decided to take his personal feelings and air all that shit out at this fucking concert. He was not thinking. He was speaking how he actually felt. And so, like I have always said, unfortunately, they like to say, oh, this person is a rapper, not a role model. This person is an athlete, not a role model. This person signed up to play basketball, not to teach your children whether to do drugs or not. So it is up to you as a parent to basically come in and parent your kid, because that ain't what I'm here for. I'm here to rap. I'm here to talk about ass. I'm here to talk about titties. Fuck these niggas. Fuck these homos. Whatever the fuck. This is what I stand. That's what he stands for. And I just wanted him to not apologize.
That's what I said. He should have kept it.
All I wanted him to do. Shut the fuck up. You said what you said. You could have been like, damn, I kind of went kind of hard. Because you did. You went hard. But I would have appreciated it more if I didn't see that apology. I'm like, God damn it, nigga, you meant that shit though. But you meant it. And I don't think everybody should agree with everybody's style of way of living. They don't.
I don't think so.
Policemen don't agree with black men carrying guns. Policemen don't agree with black men driving fucking what is it? What's the car we always getting profiled in? Impalas with tents. Like, it's a lot of things that are going on that they don't agree with, and they definitely go ahead and just go off the whim. Oh, he's probably a drug dealer. I'm gonna go fucking get him. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit that people don't agree with that people do. But guess what? I want a blatant ass racist over a nigga who tells me they voted for Obama twice. I want to know you racist as fuck. He's homophobic. He don't fuck with the gays. Gays stop buying his shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I don't know. Like I said, I feel like society in general is just a big old bully. They want us to be in this perfect world where everybody gets along and everybody agrees to everybody's way of living, and everybody's like, no, everybody's not okay with everything. So yes, he needs to be punished because you went too fucking far. That's what it is. Be punished, sit the fuck out, lose out on sponsorships, lose out because I think some people other than the
Boho and dropped him. That was a company, a clothing company. They dropped him.
Whatever. Yeah. So like, he's been dropped. That's what you deal with when you stand for what you really stand for, when you go too fucking far, because you don't have a publicist, or you didn't have the integrity, or you didn't have the restraint, because that's what the fuck it was. He could have stopped that. Restraint. It was restraint. So he didn't have the restraint to give a fuck to see who he was going to offend or not.
And I think, I think with him, you know, with somebody like him who obviously is doing well in his career, he has a very I'm untouchable type of persona to him. Yeah. This is how the baby's always been. So he's always kind of been like that. I can say whatever I want to say, do whatever I want to do. And my thing is, you can. Mm-hmm. Whatever you get from that is what you get from it.
That's what you get.
Yeah, and I think everybody sitting here happy, you know, like cry me a river for the baby. No, he perfectly fine with what he said and stood on what he said, came out with an apology, and then it's basically, in my opinion, just backtracking it now with his little dumbass video and his future lyrics. It's just like, you should apologize, because now you're reinforcing that you didn't mean any of that shit you apologized.
Yeah, now.
So like you're further confirming that you're still a dick.
Now you look fake.
And it just is what it is. Like, you get what I'm saying? He posted the apology, turned the comments off, because you knew it was going to chew his ass up. And then after that, he posted his kids and posted this video and just kind of went on with his life. And I get it. But I think it's and what the point I was making to Terry was, I said, you understood this. You understood that your actions result in this when it came to Sha'Carri. We had the whole talk about Sha'Carri. And he was so proud of us for saying, nah, Sha'Carri's smoking that weed. Shit, you can't run the Olympics.
Yeah.
So how do you understand it in that regard? But you don't understand it in the baby's regard. You get what I'm saying? She smoked weed. She can't run the Olympics. You pissed off a whole fucking community of people, 2 different communities of people. You pissed off all the gays, and you pissed off everybody living with HIV and AIDS. You pissed off 2 big ass group of people. This is what the fuck comes from that. It's like, I don't get it. And then just seeing them like, nah, I'm gonna stand by him. I guess stand by him.
And that's the thing. Like, I feel like everybody feels like, I don't want to say that's fucked up. Nah, I'm a bully. I was like, everybody feels like when they have to speak on some shit. Like, right? Like, I have to be heard. Like, you have to hear my voice. This shit don't concern you. This shit don't concern nobody commenting under the baby. Are you the fucking baby? No. Are you the publicist? No. Are you on the committee for all these fucking festivals going on? Fuck no. So you feel so entitled to speak on somebody else's shit. You want to be heard. You want to pick a side, because what the fuck does that make you look like? I don't know. Ask yourself, what the fuck does that make you look like?
All right, hold on. Let me read this. This is, okay. From Laro versus CJ. Plenty of Black women have tried to get rap canceled, but have failed because the media and the record labels won't shut it down. But for the gays, white, Jews, even Asians who will who will get canceled. And okay, so he's saying they will. And then he brought up something else. Hold on. Because the cancellation ain't the same when it comes to other communities. But here's my thing, and I get you, but what the point I made to our homeboy was just like, if we feel like niggas always get the shitty end of the stick anyway, why help them? This is my point. There's certain shit that we can't, it's like, it's just not fair. I agree. It's not fair. Black community can't do this, but if it's the Asians or the Jews or the gays or whatever,
it is.
Then it's our, but we understand that that's the way it is. So in his case, this further supports what Micah and I are saying. Nigga, if that's the case, if you feel how you feel, then stand on that shit. Giving out this fake ass apology and then not retracting it, but just doing shit to go against the apology. You're just showing how fucking discombobulated you seem to be. It's like, are you gonna be like, when he was standing by what he was saying, I was cringing because I was like, he's gonna regret this. He's gonna regret going this hard on the gays, because the gays do. When you piss the gays off, the gays come through. I don't know what it is about the gays, but the gays come through. And then to me, I felt pity on the people living with HIV and AIDS, because this is this is their life. So why would you put that in the mix up of it? It's like, so I get what you're saying, but these festivals, because the gay community is standing so strong and they make such a fucking ruckus about not being disrespected, he's getting dropped like flies. If he was a little bit more apologetic, I think, or just shut the fuck up, that's kind of all he really needed to do.
But all he really could have said is, I went too far. That's it.
That's it.
Like,
he's not sorry. He meant what he said. So
yes,
all he could have said is, I went too hard. I shouldn't have said that.
Far. There are some things on that stage that I regret saying the way that I said them. Although I don't agree with the way that these people live, he could even went that far, because you don't have to fucking agree.
You don't have to agree.
They just want to be respected. That's it.
Yeah.
Respect me. You don't have to agree with me, but respect me. I want to walk down the street without feeling I'm finna get fucking punched in my shit because I'm choosing to be a woman and not a man. You know what I'm saying? Just respect my stance and let me live freely.
Yeah, so the guy is saying he definitely should have kept that energy and continued to make music for the people who aren't affected by what he said.
Oh,
he could have did that. And I think my thing is, it's just, you can keep it real without being a dick. I've been saying this for years, and I will say this till the day I die. You can keep it real without being a dick. I think how Micah worded it was really, really great, because it's just, you don't have to agree. You don't have to agree with gays.
Yeah,
agree with man on man and girl on girl, but it really ain't got shit to do with you. If you ain't fucking a nigga as a nigga, then be quiet. If I'm not sucking titties as a woman, then what the fuck do I don't care. I do not care what people do in the privacy of their own homes or whatever the fuck. It's not, I don't give a fuck. And he went so hard, which is what supports what Micah said, where he must have just seen some shit that pissed him off and
affected him personally.
But it's like he dug himself in such a hole, because he just literally the day before, he paid $10,000 to perform longer for his fans. It was so cool. It was like, damn, the baby lit as fuck. The baby. Then the next day, sucking dick in parking lot gays, HIV AIDS.
Something happened to him. See, that's the shit that makes me feel like something happened to this man.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. Mike, he just seen some freaky shit,
bro. And it was close to home, and it threw him.
One of his like security guards, one of his homeboys.
Bruh, he was personally pissed. That was too fucking specific. It was goddamn. Who hurt the baby? Who hurt him?
Who hurt the baby? Because now you know he's mad, and it's that, I mean, that arrogance that he has, will get him far in the community, because then you had the Boosies and the TIs chiming in with their opinions, and it's like, T.I., you already in trouble for apparently fucking everybody, so be quiet. And Boosie, you got grown women fucking your son, so that's literally molestation. Be quiet. I just want us to stop supporting the fuckery. It's like he could have felt how he felt and kept that to himself. I don't, and I think it's even more realistic. Us as Black people, which I think obviously we've been through way more shit, but at the same time, we had years of slavery, et cetera, et cetera. But we don't like being fucked with. So let's leave little communities alone. Like, we should know what it's like as Black people to constantly be fucked or bothered or harassed or whatever. So why would you then pick on a whole community of gay people?
We're doing what's been done to us.
We got HIV and AIDS. It's like, and the point I was making was, I'm not gay. I don't have HIV or AIDS, and I was fucking offended. by the way he carried the fuck on that stage. It made me cringe. And none of that shit applies to me. So I can only imagine what it felt like. I'm sure there are people living with HIV or going through AIDS that listen to his music. And it's like, for you to be such a dick, you do not have to be such a dick. So I don't know. He got dropped from another thing today. I'm gonna keep count. I'm gonna go tally him up.
Yeah, I just feel like he'll eventually be okay. This is the same situation, kind of what happened with Kevin Hart and his comment about the LGBT community. In his stand-up, Dave Chappelle kind of went through this LGBT community, whatever. That's just a community that you just don't want to piss off.
Yeah.
So they just don't stop. And the camaraderie that they have, I mean, is undeniable.
And to be fair with the gays, it's like there's not really like a race barrier with the gays. It's just the gays.
It's everybody.
Black, white, Spanish. The gays stick together. They have a little thing, and black people in this shit too. And you fuck with the gays, you get dealt with. I don't know what it is, but I think you just leave them the fuck alone.
And I think it's a human issue for them because it's not race. It's not race or religion. It is who we're choosing to love, and that looks like everybody. So.
He says, Laro versus CJ, he says maybe he is trying to combat the fact that the gay agenda is being forced onto the community by saying what he said. I don't think so.
I think it's going too far. No.
I mean, I get you, but even just the way he delivered it, it's like, it was too hostile. I don't think so, but thank you for your opinion. I appreciate it. All right, well, baby, good luck, my nigga. I don't know what show you're gonna be on next. Like, somebody's gonna book him. He's gonna do well. He makes good music, fine. But he has a cockiness to him. He needs to be humbled. He's getting humbled now. Yeah. Is it gonna take effect? I don't know, because again, he was in the fucking camera eating peaches or whatever the fuck, like nothing happened. So maybe this nigga just really don't care.
That's a defense mechanism. And
yes, I think exactly. He cares thoroughly.
And most men who grow up the way that he's grown up, they have to handle situations like this because they don't go to therapists.
They don't.
That's just what it is.
Poor guy. Poor guy. Good luck.
It helps, sir.
Get help. So I went out on Friday night. I haven't been out for a while. Shout out to Seduce Friday Nights in Fort Lauderdale. Well, this Fort Lauderdale, right? Florida. Hold on. It was harsh and I really didn't expect that, but I gotta be honest. When you pushing a lifestyle on people, you should be able to combat it. Hip hop was created for the purpose of speaking freely. Then he shouldn't apologize. He should have just stood on what he said.
Like we said. He should have.
We agree that he should have stood on what he said. He came out with a fake ass apology and now that's almost retracting it with his little dumbass video. It's like
either way, they was gonna cut him.
Yeah. Either way, he got, after he made them comments, his ass was in trouble either way.
Either way.
He stuck to what he stuck to. He is giving bitch vibes, coming out with this fake ass apology just to come back and chew your
and it's a capitalistic move. Something is affecting your money. What do I do to make sure my money isn't affected?
And it's so obvious.
Do that all the time. Politicians do that shit all the time. This is the way of America. This shit is not new. Like, no. Everybody fucking retracts what they say after it came out their mouth because they worry about their fucking money. That's it.
Yeah.
Nobody's feelings. I need my money. That's it.
Yeah. And so if he did that, he probably could have just stayed quiet for a little bit. They would have forgotten.
Yeah, exactly. Just shut up. We're gonna go on vacation with your little girl or whatever. Like, hey,
okay.
Hang out with this.
The problem I was having, I wrote 3 different things down here because I was so perturbed while I was at this club on Friday. So the first thing was I'm there and I'm in like Stretch them have like a section. Stretch is champion lover for all the listeners, the tall one. So I'm in their section at their party. This is their weekly party. And I see these 2 other girls like outside the rope, but they're very close. And I just watch them slowly trying to get in the section somehow. Like, I don't know if Stretch was their target or there's like a couple other guys that I didn't recognize, like over there by Stretch. Like they were next to me, but just more so behind Stretch. I was there with Sasha, shout out to Sasha. So I just saw these girls doing the most, I felt like, and it was irritating. Like they were like kicking the rope thing out of the way, like trying to do it real fast and nobody saw. And I'm like, girl, what the fuck is you doing? They were doing everything they could to like get in the section. And it's just like, I don't know. I had a whole epiphany at the moment because it was like, wow. So this is really like, this is why DJs feel like they're like the creme de la creme. Because these bitches really do anything they possibly can to get up next to them. And so I'm in the club while I'm watching this and I'm typing this in my phone. Like, I can't wait to talk about this on the podcast. So the idea was, bitches trying to get chose, the extents that they go to for that. And then my question is, what did you hope to accomplish by doing this? What do you think is going to happen? And it's like, do women really just do this with efforts to just have sex and then go home? Because I know you don't think he's gonna make you like his bae. Like, is that the intention when you do shit like that? I guess is my question. Bitch trying to get chose for what?
To get a drink. Okay, so right. I think there's a number of things.
Please,
I don't think they want to be wifed.
Okay.
I don't think that's their intention. I think their intention is,
okay,
oh bitch, I want free drinks.
Right, because they did have bottles on the table.
I want free drinks. I want to look like somebody. So if I get next to the DJ, hopefully get his number, get drunk, possibly be able to do this shit every Friday. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's an opportunist moment to come up and not have to pay for anything, like literally anything. So I feel like this is the lifestyle of a groupie. Groupies don't want to be wives. That's what I think. I don't think anybody wants to be wifed up. Now, women who go to basketball, like NBA games, and they dress up really nice, they wear their best shoes and their designer bags or whatever, and they try to get front row seats, they're trying to be chose to be taken out the streets. I want a husband, and I want him to see
like to be a wife
trophy. I am beautiful as fuck, and I want him to see how beautiful and well kept I am. I'm a trophy, bitch. Pick me. And it works for them in the NBA. It works for women in NFL. This shit works. It really does. But for club instances, I personally don't think these hoes want to be wifed. They want a free ticket every time. They want free
It was so much Micah because she was a big old bitch, right? She was tall. And so she was like, she was probably like here to me, and she just kept getting closer and closer to me. I was standing next to Stretch, and it's just like, she's gonna step on me. I know it now. And she just kept, and so then she eventually, her and her homegirl eventually moved the whole rope. So now it's just open. The rope is balled up because the rope is like those two big beams and they stretch across like this. Well, they had them bitches together, so they weren't blocking anything off. And I'm just like, so now they're all standing next to me. I'm like, the only reason why I come here is because I get to be away from people. Like I get my own little spot and have space.
They trying to be in your position, sis.
Girl, you can have it. I'm not coming back. I was so mad. I was like, I'm not coming back here, Sasha. This is aggravating. So I said to Stretch, I said, hey, Stretch, hey, fix the what happened to the rope? He was drunk. He was like, I was like, all right, Stretch. Thanks. So what I end up doing is I stood there for a while, and then another bitch comes who's their friend as well. Now she was drunk and she was getting on my fucking goddamn nerves because let me tell you what this bitch did. So her ass, she's standing there. Oh, hey, Tanisha, shout out to Tanisha. So she's standing like in front of me, and she kind of kept like backing up on me a little bit. So I kind of kept like, hey, bitch, hey. Careful. Because I was standing here. None of you bitches was in here. So then she kept bumping me. And then she was drunk, Micah. She picked up my drink and tried to drink it. I said, sis, that's not yours. And I had bought Sasha a drink. She picked up Sasha's drink. I said, excuse me. So she was like, oh, that's yours. Micah, I was ready to fight this bitch. I swear to God, I was ready to fight. Yeah. I was so mad. And I'm looking like, well, how far is that? Homegirls, I almost told Stretch, give me the mic, bitch. Like, give me the mic. Somebody come get this bitch with the red wig. Come get her, because she lost. So then, Micah, I walked, she slowly came and made her way to Stretch them table. And then she started, not with the drink, but she started pouring like their chasers and stuff like that. And I'm looking like, this irritates me. I just want to leave. So then I end up going around the side and sitting on the stage, which is where I guess I usually am. I'm usually up in that little corner next to the speaker and I sit on the stage. And then this bitch comes and sits next to me over there. And then again, she's bumping me again and her leg is kicking me again. And I'm just like, where are your friends? They're your friends. When I'm in the club with my drunk friend, I keep an eye on my drunk friend because drunk friends have a tendency to get on people's nerves. And she not my fucking homegirl. She can't follow me. I was about to fight this girl. I literally said the stretch 3 times. I'm about to hit this bitch. So he started laughing and he was like, it's okay. She fucked up. I said, but now she's following me. She's following me. I don't know what this is. Like, I feel like everywhere I go, this drunk bitch comes around and it's like, stretch. So I was mad. Sasha was over on the couch throwing ass. I was like, great. So the question that I have is, there's 2 ways to do this. When you go to the club and you have a drunk friend, I have friends that do both things. There's one person that says, oh, well, I'm grown as fuck. We all grown. I'm not going to babysit this bitch. If she want to be drunk and get wasted, that's her business. And then there's another thing where if something happens and my friend gets fucking raped tonight, I'm going to feel like shit, so I got to take care of her. This girl's friends didn't give no fucks at all about where she was. She was very close to getting hit. It wouldn't even have been a fair fight because she was tall, but she was wasted. She was just all over the place. And I'm like, y'all not finna get this bitch. When I went and sat on the other side, she tried to pick my drink up again. I said, sis, stop. So she was like, oh. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, I think I'm never coming to seduce again. This is it. This is it, stretch. Fuck y'all, I'm done. I couldn't. Y'all can't keep these hoes out your little section. And then my thing is, I feel like they like that attention too. Like, I don't care how cool Stretch want to be. He likes the fact that women just kind of flock him and all this other type of shit. Because I don't know, the girl that was tall, the only nigga she could have been trying to get with was Stretch, unless she like.
You don't know that big bitches love little niggas sometimes, and
Right.
And I don't get it, but it happens.
I just wanted them to stay away from me. Like, she kept trying to drink my drink. I didn't even get a drink from Stretch. I bought my own liquor. I just feel like, why is she over here? And then it's like, why do you bitches bring your drunk friends to the club or just leave your drunk friends stranded? I just don't understand. Like, aren't you worried about safety in any type of way? You get what I'm saying? I don't understand it. I had this debate with one of my friends one time, and she was like, she grown, I'm not finna babysit this bitch. And I was like, but what if she like dies? When you feel
so I feel like more friend groups than others, than more friend groups than not friend groups. I've seen similar things happen. Like, they don't have somebody who watches out for the drunk bitch. Like,
yeah,
I've seen this multiple
bitch end up as a fucking hashtag
at clubs. Yeah, when I used to go downtown, shit in Tallahassee, it's just like I ended up either helping some bitch have a seat or this bitch crying in the bathroom. I'm like, where are your friends? I don't know, somewhere. Like, it's a common thing. It's a common thing. I don't know. And I think if people thought about the responsibility that they do have for the people that they care about in their lives when they go out, like off rip, I think they would not leave them like that. But I do think in some of these friendships, some crazy shit be going on, some resentment be going on, some jealousy be going on, some underlining issues be going on to where you are not invested as much as you should be. So yeah, girl.
And I mean, I can understand the logic of every time we go out, this bitch do that. We tell her all the time, don't be getting drunk like this. She still get drunk like this and just go off. It's almost kind of like maybe somebody does need to beat her ass so she'll understand and not do this. But to me, it's like, once I realized that the drunk bitch was a drunk bitch, it was just like, all right.
The sympathy sets in there.
Yeah, then you feel bad for the bitch. Then it's like, all right, well, fine. I'm not gonna trip this bitch and just fight her because she was really gonna like. Yeah. I'm looking around like where her homegirls at. So I ended up seeing one girl that was there, and it seems like it was her birthday because the birthday bitch song came on, and the drunk bitch was pointing at the girl. So she was like, and she wasn't drunk at all. She was sitting on the stage the whole time. So I was like, all right, well, fine. She's not drunk, so I get it. But it's just, I don't know. I think of like every time we go, we always have a drunk. Well, it's been a long time since you've been out with drunk friends, but we know when we have a drunk homegirl, we just make sure this bitch is okay, even if it's irritating or not. And I know there's many times at Seduce, I've had to reel Sadie in because there's this old white man that loves Sadie. Like, he got to be like 96. But every time he sees Sadie, he be in Sadie face like this. And Sadie be drunk, Sadie be dancing with him. I'm like, Sadie, come on, it's okay. So I gotta always kind of reel Sadie away from him. But this is my friend. I'm gonna make sure my bitch is okay. I don't understand how you bitches just leave the club, don't know where your fucking homegirl at, or you be too busy trying to chase dick that you don't know if all the bitches you came with are leaving with you, or at least get confirmation, hey girl, I'm finna go with that nigga tonight. Okay, at least you know that she's okay. I think that girl, and it doesn't even matter. I could have just met this bitch today. There's no way. When I first hung out with Cookie and all her homegirls, we all stayed together, so it's fine. But if anybody was trailing off, it definitely would have been a hey Cookie, like, it's okay to just let this bitch, she look drunk as fuck. And you know what I mean? Like, you just ask. As a woman, I'm gonna be concerned.
But your concerns are heightened, and your concerns are heightened based on things that you've been through.
Yeah.
So this is another reason why you heightened about the situation.
Yeah.
And I feel like basically everything that you've been through, everything that you've experienced, how you feel about kids, how you feel about kidnapping, how you feel about rape, how you feel, all of that is like, now I got to protect everybody because, you know, that's where you live, right? But
that's where I live.
That's where you live.
I live in Concerned Town.
I'm honestly thinking about, like I said, I feel like maybe the question is, as the drunk person that's always getting drunk and you have friends who don't take care of you, obviously the next day you either end up without them, or something happens. I'm just trying to figure out a connection that you can make with the people and the company that you keep. Because at the end of the day, if you're constantly going out and your friends are constantly walking away from you when you are inebriated, either A, they're sick of your shit and they're not telling you, or they don't give a fuck what happens to you because they've probably built resentment because the birthday girl wasn't drunk, but her friend was. She probably sick as hell getting drunk on her birthday, right? So now you have resentment. I don't give a fuck. I'm not dealing with it tonight. It's my birthday, right? So you have all of these different things.
And I can understand that.
That could possibly,
especially if it's your birthday. It's my birthday. Why are you fucked up? And now I got to take it.
So that happens all the time, right? But today, it's my birthday. I'm not fucking dealing with this shit today. You know what I'm saying? So I just think about, like, I think girls, you know, we're just in such uncompromising, we live a uncompromising life. We are women. People automatically think we're weak. They prey on us. And I do feel like there needs to be a larger responsibility that friend groups have when it comes to each other. Now, if your friend always drunk and she always getting lost, she always walking out, leave her the fuck at home. Don't let her come out with you. I don't want to come out with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, every time we go out, I end up having to find you. You either with some nigga in the corner, or you in the bathroom throwing up, or that's not a good time. So y'all need to start being honest about the way y'all feel about y'all friends when they're drinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't want that responsibility, because yes, it's not your fault that she will be kidnapped and raped, but you ain't do nothing to stop it.
Yeah.
You didn't step in and say, hey, maybe you start drinking water now. Even that. Let me get you some water. Let's just get some water. Let's trade every drink for water. Drink for water. Drink for water. You ain't even doing that because you so fed up because this bitch always drunk. Stop going out with her.
There's many ways to trick that. With a girl I used to be cool with, I know we used to go to Igloo and she used to get wasted. So I used to always make her drinks. But after a certain while, I would be making this bitch Coke. And she just didn't fucking know because she was drunk. So I was like, I got you, sis. And I'd give her the drink all the time and she would just keep drinking. But by then she's sobering up and she doesn't realize. I think it's unfortunate. This doesn't even help. I just saw a story today of, it was a girl, she's 18. So obviously she's not legal to be drinking, but she went to some party with her friends. They met a group of guys, some that they know, some that they don't know. And one of the guys gave her a drink and he spiked it. And she didn't get raped or anything. She felt weird after she took like 2 sips. It's supposed to be like Sprite and vodka or something. She took 2 sips and was woozy as fuck. They rushed her to the hospital. And she literally looked like she was having a fucking seizure. Like, her mom recorded it. So they're crying and they were just like, oh my God, you could have died because somebody spiked her fucking drink. I don't know why we're thinking that, like, people aren't still trying to rape people. Like, it's still a very understanding thing. And I think it's code when a bitch just decides, I'm not about to worry about this bitch, because that would have been the night your friend got hit and she would have been drunk and I would have felt like an asshole. Not really, but you know what I mean. It's like, if anything, it's y'all fault. Come get this bitch. Like, get your friend is being a hindrance to everybody else. Your drunk homegirl's fucking up everybody else's time. But then again, like you just said, it's her birthday. So on her birthday, it's like, well, now this bitch is everybody's problem because it's her birthday. She don't want to deal with it. I was like, no, ma'am, stretch, get security, get this bitch away from me.
Yeah, you care a little bit more. It's not always about. And I guess we're 30 now, but in hindsight, if I'm looking back to my college days, you know what I'm saying? I had a pretty good time, but unfortunately, all my friends were functioning alcoholics.
Right.
I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. But I don't even know how I'm alive today, the way that we used to go in and drive home. But nobody ever got lost, and nobody ever got drunk enough to the point we're throwing up and everybody else behind us still having a good time. If one person looks sloppy, we're affected as drunk as
a unit. As a fucking unit. We all look dumb now.
And as fine as he was, whoever I was talking to, my friend is fucked up in the corner and I'm seeing her stumble. I said, I gotta go. That's it.
My antennas ought to been like, bro, let me go get this bitch.
The night is over. And as drunk as I am, inebriated in my fucking impaired judgment, fuck that shit. My sis is falling in the corner. I gotta go.
Sis is drunk.
I have to go. So there's been many times where I've sacrificed a good time because one of our people just was fucking falling by the wayside. And it's like, sometimes you just gonna have to wait to tomorrow night because there's always another party, but your friend is a possibility. Your friend may not have another night. Looking at her, you leave her alone, you just don't know. So guys, I just want y'all to consider, having a good time is fun until it's not fun. And until somebody gets rushed to the hospital, until somebody goes missing. Shit is real. So just, if you can't handle it, if you don't want to tolerate it, don't let that bitch come. And tell her tonight, I can't deal with your shit. If you are not going to try to do a 2-drink minimum, 2-drink water, I can't fuck with you.
I can't do
this. And that's some real shit to say. And I don't think it's fucked up. It is what it is.
So with guys, somebody that just joined my live, I know a story about him and one of his homeboys, one of his closest.
Oh yeah.
Always drunk, always wasted, and they always gotta go look for him or whatever. And so they were on a trip one time. And he had called me. And so he was just like, man, this nigga drunk. I was like, where he at? I don't know. I was like, did y'all go look for him? He was like, yeah, we walked around. They were in Vegas. He's like, yeah, we walked around trying to find him or whatever. And we don't see that nigga. So I was like, so what are you going to do? Like, we're not gonna do shit. He know where the fuck the hotel is. He can just go back to the hotel. Like, so, and these are guys. So I guess it's maybe a little different with guy things, but
it is very different.
Look for him. But it's they try to look for him. They don't know where his drunk ass wandered off to. And so, and I think that's something, I think if you have friends that get wasted like that and you don't have a conversation with them the next day. I used to get quite intoxicated when I first started drinking. I used to drink vodka and I used to be lit. And my only party I went to was Igloo. That's why I love Igloo so much still to this day. And my baby daddy cussed me the fuck out the day after. One of them Igloos. Like, I don't know what happened. Some dude was trying to talk to me. I was like, no, I was being the most. Then Manny had to come in and like save it. Manny cussed my ass out so crazy that next day. Never been wasted like that again. I think the closest I've been to that was on my birthday this year. I was pretty fucking drunk. Leaving Moments one of them times. He was like hang on, exactly. Like drunk as fuck. Just you get drunk, you black out, don't know, you wake up, you lost. Don't know what the fuck going on. So I know I got cussed the fuck out real bad by my nigga at the time. And I was crying. I was like, I'm sorry. Because he was telling me how I'm putting him in situations where he gonna have to fight niggas because my mouth is so fucking crazy. And so after my baby daddy cussed me out, I have been a pretty good girl ever since. And then I was the only mom in our group for a very long time. So my thing is I hate driving there, but I always drive home. I just always kind of, and honestly, it came to a point where I was trying to get fucked up. Like, damn, I don't know if I know how to do it. I've realized I definitely know how to be fucked up again, bitch. I've been fucked up a few times. But I just think it's when you have a situation where you have a friend that does get wasted like that, as women wise, and she is just a hindrance to you and your good time, and honestly, a situation for herself. Talk to sis. You know, talk to her the next day and be like, look, baby. And me, I'm real good for that. I'm not going nowhere else with you. I'm not going. I said to one of my homegirls, I was like, we're not doing this crazy drunk shit tonight. And she wasn't bad, but she would just get wasted and like damn near like pass out, like kind of wasted. And not at the party, but like throwing up. I had to pull up.
On the way home, shit.
Yeah, I had to pull up multiple times for her to throw up outside the car, and I was just like, all right, look, let's figure this out. And after I had a conversation with her, we've never had that problem again. So I just think, just try to care a little bit more. Because like I said, even if this isn't my close friend, hey Cookie, big up Cookie. But that's what I'm saying. When I went out with Cookie's friend, I just met all of them that day. But if it was a situation where I felt like somebody was wandering off, I'd be like, hey Cook, so watch your friend, this bitch kind of wandering off. I don't know where the fuck she went. Just care a little bit more. We are women, we are delicate. People do want to fuck on us all the time, and for very nefarious reasons. And like human trafficking is really a thing. It's really easy to get a drunk bitch. I think it's so easy to get a drunk bitch that just wanders off somewhere. So as Micah said, I do live in Kidnapville. I swear I'm gonna get kidnapped all the time. So I'm very conscious of what I got going on. My head is always on the fucking swivel. I'm always nervous. But I just think we got to just care about ourselves a little bit more. Homegirl at the club that night was gonna get slapped. I ended up telling Tanisha that the next day. I was like, girl, I almost slapped a bitch. She was so irritating. But when I realized she was drunk, I had to just kind of, compose myself, I guess. I don't know if I'm going back to seduce. Seduce really got on my nerves last time. I just felt like, seduce. Whatever. All right, Michael, give us something for the blacks.
What else was I say? Kind of trailing off what that guy said about the black community, like we allow the violence in our songs, and there's someone also comment about how Black women have been trying to get rap to be banished for some time now. And I do remember the UNITY, don't call me a bitch. Queen Latifah was real serious about that. Oprah was serious about that. So it has been going on for a long time. But as a whole, like when we agree with something, it actually works. This police brutality shit, we're making some headway, right? We're not making as much as we want to make, but things are slowly changing. Or they're trying to address some of the police brutality. It's not happening as quick as we want it to happen, but something is happening. So when we are on one accord with something, we can make change happen. It's when people like academics throw this in the mix,
right?
Everybody gets all discombobulated. The message is missed. Y'all just fucked up the whole plight because this is not the reason for it. Pick one stance. I'm so sick. Even when I don't care. Like when we bandwagon this whole woke tradition, I don't give a fuck who jumps on the bandwagon of being woke. If this means that you are being more conscious about what happens to the Black community, I'm fucking for it. I don't give a fuck if it's a fad. I'm just appreciative that you are jumping on the bandwagon to some shit that matters. I don't give a fuck about none of that. You know what I'm saying? But then you also have those people who come in and say, oh, all you fake woke people, y'all just trying to, well, goddamn, what you want them to do?
We talked about that before. It's like, we don't really care what it takes. I
don't care what it takes. So
this is solving a problem. Yeah.
Let one issue remain one issue. This is probably why we haven't made as much headway, because we can't get on the same fucking page about shit. Y'all always bringing some other shit in the mix. The baby was wrong. Hold him accountable. He deserves to be punished. Dead. That's it. Move on. Now, if I understand the same things happens to Anglo-Saxons, right? They are fired, or they are put on leave, or they are suspended, or whatever the case is. It may not happen as abrupt as it happens for us, but guess what? It is what it is, not what it should be. Black people are heavily scrutinized in every single last facet of our life. So let's stop acting like we deserve anything, because they're not going to give it to us. We're not privileged. This is not the life that we're living. This is not the country that we live in. It's not for us. So unfortunately, that does mean that we have to act a little better than our counterparts. We have to do more. We have to be more perfect. We have to strive harder to make our stands. Like, we can't curse as loud in front of white women as they can curse. Like, it's just certain shit you just can't do. It's not fair. I get it. It's not right. I get it. But this is the way that life is for us right now. And I do feel like we need to get on one accord about one thing. We need to agree on one thing so that we can move forward. Stop trying to cloud and put too much shit on different issues, because our messaging gets lost. And now we look like a bunch of people who have no unity. So
Just lost
unity
as
is
fuck.
the fucking key. Can we just stick to one issue at a time? One issue at a time. Let people take responsibility for their shit. Let them get in trouble for it because there are consequences to the things that you do.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's it. Stop justifying every fucking thing because they black. I know we done
Yes.
do a lot more shit, but
Jesus.
hey guys, wrong is wrong.
These-
That's it.
That's beautiful. Well said, bitch. Well said. You know, my rants, I'm gonna take my rant. I'm gonna follow up with what I was saying about just taking care of your friends. We have a pretty solidified friend group here. Us gals. Whoa, Micah, look at her belly. Hey, little man. Okay. I think have such a little, you know, tight knit friend group here, and we look out for each other, and you know, we try to support each other as best we can. I think for people who don't have somebody to talk to, I guess to reach out to. I'm not volunteering myself, but what I'm saying is,
oh Lord,
have a close home girl or something, and try a therapist or something like that. But I feel like there's so many conversations that it's so therapeutic sometimes to be able to call your homegirl and tell her what the fuck is going on. I'm very privileged to be able to call Micah anytime I'm frazzled. I'll call Micah and I'm like, you know, Micah, and I'll just go off about whatever it is. And I do check before because she's pregnant. And even before she was pregnant, we had this conversation where everyone just kind of piles their shit up on Micah because Micah takes it well. And as Micah said before, she doesn't hold on to the shit that we give her. She just kind of deals with it, feels it in the moment, and then goes on about her day. But I think if we treat our friendships more like a sisterhood, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Just appreciate what we have around us. And if you feel like you have a relationship that isn't benefiting you in some type of way, then let it go. But I think when friendship is done right, it's such a benefit to you and to the people that you're doing it with. When friendship is considered and sisterhood and sister for whatever, when all that shit is put into the right space and the right energy is involved in it, there's literally nothing better than that. We have so many close friends. I called Paige last night and I just said, hey, think you're going through some stuff? You okay? She was like, no. I said, you don't tell me about it. It's fine. Micah called me yelling. She just told me you'll tell me about it. When Micah yells, her phone chips out. She started laughing. She was like, yeah. And I was like, you know, but I'm here if you need anything. And she's like, I love you and I'll call you later and talk about it. I was like, okay. But if I know one of my close friends are going through something that I can help or whatever, then I would like to reach out to them like, okay, bitch, I'm here. You know, I'm here if you need me, just show up. Paige is very known for just showing up at my house. Her and Bree, they just show up. They don't really call, they just get here. But I think when friendship amongst women is done well, it's a beautiful thing. And if we can be honest and take the animosity out of it, the jealousy out of it, the weird resentment out of it, a lot of that shit is very detrimental to a good friendship. I've experienced that in many of my friendships. But I think the people that I have around me now, the women that I have around me now, the new friends that I'm getting, shout out to the Cookies and all her homegirls, the people that I'm gaining are genuinely nice bitches. Like, and I love them dearly. So I think when friendship is done right, it's a beautiful thing. And when it's not, that shit get a little sketchy. But I would implore us all to just find ways to evaluate the relationships we have around us and see if they're still serving a purpose. Are they still benefiting you in some type of way? If it's about drama and gossip, you need new friends, bitch. And you may be the problem too. Because me and Micah don't do shit like that. We don't sit there and gossip and talk shit about bitches. We don't care.
I don't get it.
About our kids and shit and how we're gonna do our hair and why my nails still not done. And this is what we talk about because to me it's just a healthier. Me and Micah don't even be on that. So that's what I'm saying. When friendship is done right, it's a beautiful thing. Protect your friends, look out for your friends. I hope that jerk bitch don't do what she did again the other night because she had so hot. I think her friends are trash because they let this just want us to do.
But one thing what you said, and this is one thing that I used to want my friends, I've told you this before, I've told another one of my friends this before, but what I'm realizing is that maybe it's not necessary, and this is what it is. I am one of the people, especially with friendships, because I've been literally breaking up with friends since 2010. This has been my life, you know what I'm saying? Shit, from 2008. I've been doing this cutting shit off, right? So I kind of got it down to a specific science. And I feel like I always felt like a conversation needs to be had that specifically said, we are no longer friends.
Yeah.
We're not the same.
Yeah.
That we used to be.
Yeah, you told me. Yeah, you did.
And I told you did doing it. It's okay. And it's okay.
I did.
I like that. It something happened. Something was fucking said and it wasn't truth, and that was the nuance.
Okay, but I didn't do it the way she said, but I woke up.
And then that's cool. But I always used to think that conversation needs to be had with certain people, with people in general, with people who you have loved for years. Like I feel like it's a certain level of honesty and vulnerability and honestly like uncomfort that needs to be said with these two people or these three people or whatever the fuck.
Right.
But what I'm finding is when you're done talking, and this is, something that I've learned from Leah and I learned from our other friend, when you're done talking, right? When you feel like everything has been said, even though you may not have been the most direct, you know what those feelings were like. You know what those situations look like. You know how this person responded to you when you were trying to be your most genuine, authentic self and explaining how you felt about things. I do know that people know how to act stupid. So let me say, and even when you have a very clear-cut conversation with this person, we are not the same. We are no longer friends. This person can literally drag you back into a pity situation. So I'm here to say that maybe that last conversation is not necessary to be had, right?
Right.
Maybe a cutoff without saying anything, just what needs to be done. And a cutoff, and a cutoff doesn't have to be announced, right?
Right.
I always used to think, because that's the way that I've done it, that's the way people should do it. But there are many ways to rid people of your life, and every situation does not call for a specific meeting that we talk about this specific thing and I'm done. Like, no, you do not have to say I'm done. You can just be done. And I think sometimes that is the best way to handle shit, because you just fall back into the cycle that y'all used to do. Yeah. So this is me correcting myself.
Well, let me stop. Let me stop you. I don't think that's the case, because I think I do what you say, just not exactly in that way. But you know what I always say, if me and you cool and I stop fucking with you, you ain't gonna never be confused as to why I stopped fucking with you, because I tried on multiple.
But this one is confused.
Oh, then they can stay confused, because but I don't think. But that's the thing. I don't think they're confused.
They playing confused.
They playing fucking games. You know exactly why the fuck I'm not fucking with you. I brought that to your attention. And I did in my little breakup text with this particular person. I kind of laid it out. You didn't do this, you didn't do that, you didn't do this. It's cool. And I didn't even go into all the things they did wrong. I just said, you can't keep coming in and out of my life when you fucking feel like it. This friendship is done. I did say that.
Good.
It's done. I said,
okay.
Friendship is done. We're no longer this and that. You can't come in and out. But I think that's a good way too. I've left situations where I've tried. Like Kasia, shout out to Kasia. Kasia just came in. If me and Kasia stop talking, Kasia gonna know why. Because I would have came to Kasia. I'm gonna try to fix it before I just boot you the fuck out of my life. You get what I'm saying? So to me, I think that's still even a way. I like what you're saying, because it's kind of like you put closure on it. The only way you can just stop talking to a bitch is if you got the closure you wanted, and then you don't give a fuck if they get it or not. That's the only way to do it. And I'm not gonna lie, I be on this shit too. It'd be like, for me, I just gotta say what I just need to say it. If I text a nigga and okay, bitch, well, you got it.
So guess what? My mom told me this. I don't owe nobody shit.
You better talk, Deb. The fuck.
And I was trying to call someone and tell them why something. And then I was trying to call someone to ask why they did this to me. And she kept asking me, why do you need to know why it was done?
Because I be wanting to know. Why?
So her thing is, now what? They did it to you. It did harm to you. It hurt. Now they're going to give you either.
Somebody said that's selfish. That's selfish. It is selfish. But.
Yeah, either the honest response or you're going to get some bullshit. So but it doesn't negate how you feel right now and how they made you feel.
Mhm.
Regardless of why they did what they did it. And they
But what the
weren't
fuck?
concerned or considering how you would feel. So we always seem to want to know the why behind shit, but sometimes that ain't closure.
Nah.
Knowing why someone fucked you over 17 times, what the fuck is that gonna do for us at the end of the
And
day?
that sounds like a woman thing, like for me, because
Yeah.
how many times we done had a nigga try us 77?
Why her?
And it's like, why
Why me?
he fucked this bitch 12 times?
And he's gonna
He wouldn't know
say,
why he fucked her 12 times. He
and
liked
he's,
her. That's why he
and
did it.
he's gonna say,
Yeah.
I love you both. And then what?
Oh God.
No! Like it's never
How
gonna
do you love
it's never gonna fucking stop. And it's a
He's
cycle.
gonna keep fucking us all. So I agree. Mike is right. Sometimes you gotta just take that as, like I said it to one of my homegirls one time. She kept getting like signs that her nigga was cheating on her, but it was very obvious things. Like she told him at his house one day, he wouldn't let her in the house.
Right. That's done.
And then when she like snuck off or whatever, his homeboy came and picked some bitch up, and it was like she saw the car drive by with a bitch in the car, and she was like, I know it's some shit. She was coming up with it. She was like, well, I don't know for sure. I said, sis, you're never gonna catch an image of him putting his dick in her vagina. If that's what you're waiting on for solid confirmation, that may not happen. But he's trying you over and over and over and over and over again.
Regardless.
So that's not enough, sis. Like if you want to stay with nigga, just stay. That's how I feel. You want if I want to when I'm with my nigga, I'ma stay.
That's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, if you gonna stay, shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
Just shut up. And deal with your shit in silence. Don't talk to your friends because they sick of that shit.
They sick of that.
You need to start writing a book. At this point, you need to write a book. And you need to consider some things, goddamn, because
you need to consider something.
That's it, sis. But yeah, so just
I like what Micah said. Sometimes you don't get the why.
Sometimes you won't get the why, and sometimes things don't need a solidified conversation to end things for the closure. If you are ready to move on, if you've tried everything that you can try, you can fucking stop anytime you want to. You don't owe them shit. When they come around, and maybe they'll ask why, that'll be up to you.
Yes, if you would like to indulge in such conversation.
But if they don't come around,
then
you'll also know, because
you speaking facts, Micah. As Mike said, she's speaking facts. It's Tay. Speaking facts. All right, bitch.
That's it. That's all I got, bitch.
All right, that's all we got. So yeah, when it's done right, it's done well. When it's time to let shit go, it's time to let shit go. Micah came in with a wonderful little gem on the rear end of what I was saying on my little rants. So a little razzle dazzle for you guys. Anyway, look at my dress.
Oh Lord.
I gotta wrap it. This shit's still not done, y'all. I still gotta go reinforce it. So for this episode, people who are listening, I am going to need some co-hosts soon because somebody is pregnant as fuck and she's about to be gone. And what am I gonna do? So I'm gonna make a video. I don't know if I'm gonna have. It would obviously be good to just get a new person every week while you're gone. But if somebody works, then they just work. They just got to be ready to do this shit on Wednesdays at a certain time. So I'm gonna make a video, some type of ad soon, to get guest co-host while my dear friend is tending to my son when he comes out of her vagina. So so stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. It's going to be great. Please visit us at letitsaitforyou.com. Follow us at Let It Say It For You on IG. Let It Say It For You on YouTube. And Let It Say It For You, just the you, on Twitter. It's been a pleasure, Micah. You're a beautiful bitch.
You too, bitch.
Protect your friends. Stop letting them get drunk at the fucking club because I'm been a fighter. Okay. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.